Hey, how's it going? I'm gonna go ahead and get started and talk about the down payment assistance. Multiple different down payment assistance programs. Typically, across the board, you need a 640 or higher, but we have a good lender that can dip as low as 620. So you just want to make sure you have low debt. So the one thing about down payment assistance and just loans in general is if you have a higher credit score, you can have more debt, right? So let's say you have a 620 credit score and you want to get down payment assistance. Okay, that's possible, but you have to have very little debt. Your DTI must be low. And I did a video on calculating your DTI on my YouTube channel, so you guys can always go and check that out. So first thing is credit score. Making a credit score, making sure it's I'm gonna say 640, because if you're in the 640 range, you're gonna be 620, right? And what we don't want to be is right on that line, because we know what happens when you're on that line. When you're on that line, you're so nervous about it going one way, going the other way. So it really can, you want to make sure you're over that threshold. Okay. Also, if you're buying a house with down payment assistance, that does not mean you don't need any money in the bank. Okay. Do not run an application, run a loan with $100 in the bank. It's not going to work. There are fees you have to pay up front when buying a house. And if you have only $100 in the bank, you're not going to be able to pay for those fees up front, right? Also, the lending company don't want to see you living month to month, basically, right? So you don't want it to look as if you get paid $5,000 a month, but at the end of the month you still have nothing. So they can't say that they can trust you with a loan because you don't even have nothing in the bank. Sometimes they want you to have reserves, like 2 to 3 months of reserves. So if you're looking at spending $1,500 on a loan, do the math. If you do $1,500 a month on a loan and you only have $1,500 in the bank, that's not gonna work. So you do want to make sure that you are saving money as well as fixing your credit. Now, if you are working on your credit, we're gonna talk about that. If you are working on your credit, also save money at the same time. Okay? So you got ABC Credit Repair. No, you got Jamie working on your credit. I'll just say it. You got her out there working on your credit. She gets your credit together, and now it's time for you to buy, but you don't have no money. So that's not going to work. So you want to make sure you're doing both, saving money and getting your credit together. Also, another thing, we have people that do credit repair, multiple people. Some people, I actually try to keep people that does credit repair not in the group, because a lot of times it can become overwhelming when everyone is saying, hey, I do credit repair, I do credit repair. So, if you're in a group, let me know. Get you out. No. But no, you just want to make sure that who you're working with, you're actually seeing progress. There are some really good people here in the area that does it, you know. You just want to make sure that you are seeing results, okay? A good way to save money, I'm going to teach y'all, is go look at your last 3 bank statements where you spent unnecessary funds, right? That unnecessary funds you were still able to live without, right? So you want to use those funds that you are already spending and pushing it into a separate account so that you don't touch it, because you already were spending it. So I'm not saying don't live, but you have to decide on what's important for you. If it's important for you to own a home in this 1 year's time, then you need to set aside a plan so that you can get there. All right? I can get you the tools and put the people in place that can help you, but if you're not up in there doing the work, then it's not going to work, you know? I know a couple of you guys. I could put you connection with other people that could help you this and that, but you didn't take action on it. So that's something that you do have to do. It's not something that we can just do for you all. You have to take action. You and your family decide this is what you want to do. You got to put in that action. Another thing is to think about when you cannot call when your lease is up tomorrow or 30 days when that lease is up, because stuff happens. Stuff happens. And if you know your credit is above a 600 right now, you're above a 600 and your lease is up within the next six to 9 months, I need you to apply with a lender. Just so we can know where your credit score is now and what we need to do to get you ready. You need to begin with a lender. Get those disputes off your account and get with a lender. We need to have you in somewhere. One of my clients are on here now. We just went on the contract, but her house don't close until May, June. I don't have a contract in front of me. So that right there in itself, we're under contract now, but we still not closing until later. So that means you need to get ready. Get ready and be ready. So if you planning on buying a house this year, make sure you put in the comments we do not want you waiting till the last minute talking about you gonna buy a house and your lease up next month. It does not work like that all the time. It does sometimes, but not always. So you want to make sure all your ducks are in order. I don't do too many lease clients, but when I do, the files are complete. So if you do need to lease a house or something, we're gonna make sure your file is 100% complete before we even go anywhere. I don't play that. I done been there, done that. All right. So look at your bank statements from the last 2 to 3 months. Find out where you've been spending unnecessary money. Take that same money that you are already spending unnecessary money, take it and save it. Okay? And I will see you guys again next Monday. Like History Month. Let's go. Let's win. Crash those goals. We got to get y'all in the house. Homeownership is the goal. And here's the key. Bye, y'all.